The News 4 Jax I-Team is digging into claims that the federal government is flying illegal immigrants into Jacksonville in the dark of night as the Biden administration tries to handle the flood of people crossing into the U.S. along the southern border. Taking a live look at the airport, Congressman John Rutherford tells us he believes around 7,000 undocumented migrants have come through here over the past few months. Now, I-Team investigator Vic Micolucci is putting these claims through the Trust Index.
We heard from many of you rumors of illegal immigrants coming into Jacksonville overnight, thousands of them. We have been investigating, and now the Biden administration confirms that is happening here as they deal with the crisis at the border. Illegal immigrants from South and Central America continue to surge across the U.S.-Mexico border. And these photos show a chartered 737 coming from Texas, landing late Saturday night in Jacksonville. Airport police there to help escort the migrants off the plane and onto a bus. Local photographer David Rosenblum shot these images, some of his pictures in an article in the New York Post, which details the U.S. government moving migrants from the southern border to shelters across the U.S. Many appear to be children.
We haven't received any answers.
U.S. government moving migrants from the southern border to shelters across the U.S. Many appear to be children.
We haven't received any answers. The administration, the Biden administration, is keeping Congress in the dark on this. I think they know that Americans would be outraged.
Republican Congressman Michael Waltz is upset, saying this is not the way to deal with the border crisis. With such a widespread issue like this, how do you even start to solve a problem like this?
Well, I think you have to reverse some of the policies that this administration has put in place, or some that they eliminated just because they were done by the Trump administration. They worked.
Saturday's flight was on Vale Airlines, which doesn't typically fly into JAX. This one came in from Houston, then headed to Westchester County, New York. But a history shows the airline has been flying in and out of Jacksonville International since at least August 13th. Flights coming from places like Burbank and Ontario, California, as well as Houston, El Paso, Austin, and McAllen, Texas. The I-Team discovered records showing a total of 21 Vale flights have landed here in the past 3 months.
Why is the administration flying thousands of migrants from the border to Florida and New York in the middle of the night?
Well, I'm not sure that it's in the middle of the night, but let me tell you what's happening here.
During Tuesday's briefing, the White House press secretary confirmed the Biden administration is flying migrant children across the country.
Here we are talking about early flights, earlier than you might like to take a flight. It is our legal responsibility to safely care for unaccompanied children until they can be swiftly unified with a parent or a vetted sponsor.
She says the Office of Refugee Resettlement coordinates travel for children in American custody. But Republican Congressman John Rutherford believes it's been done under a veil of secrecy.
We saw all of those people in
American custody. But Republican Congressman John Rutherford believes it's been done under a veil of secrecy.
We saw all of those people in Del Rio living under the bridge, thousands of them. Well, guess what? They didn't just disappear from Del Rio. They're now in our communities out here, all over the interior of the country.
Rutherford tells us he plans to draft a bill.
Disappear from Del Rio. They're now in our communities out here, all over the interior of the country.
Rutherford tells us he plans to draft a bill that would require the government to disclose details about the migrants and where they're heading. JAX officials, it's a public use airport, and this is a federal operation. So while we don't have the numbers about how many or the exact details here, we have confirmed that the claims that illegal aliens are being brought into and through Jacksonville during the night are true.
All right, Shalom. This is Har One by Yasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp. I want to say Ka Halayim, La Yahweh, Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai, Ba Hashem Harakah Kodash, Ma'amaf. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders. Shalom to you, Akim, and Akwatim, and children. that believe in sincerity and truth from the four corners of the earth. Yeah, man, it's a lot of prophecies coming to pass, man. So I want to get through this one real quick. This is a lesson, dealing with these migrants that's being scattered and ran and forced out of their countries. All right, through what some believe to be Esau's HARP technology, right? Weather manipulation technology, causing earthquakes, volcanoes to erupt, right? Hitting it with shock waves. Now you have a lot of Haitians that were called to the border of America by Biden, but once they got here, they were met with force. Now there's a trick up their sleeve to where they're saying this. All the migrants that come over, even from South America, there's a lot of them, man. You got Afghanistan, and even Syria, and even now they're allowing the Taliban to come over. He removed the travel ban from them, man. So now, anyway, just stay on topic, man, because there's a lot happening, man. But what happened, because it was one time where everybody saw it was tens and thousands of Haitians that were being herded like cattle and held behind some gates. But then the next day, before they had those protests out there and a lot of people showed up at the borders, they disappeared, and there was still some lingering around. What happened is they filtered them out through everybody's community. They allowed them in because, it goes according to prophecy first, but also because, not because, but this is how they're going to do it, the process. They're giving them 5 years before they go to court. So 5 years, they got 5 years to gain some type of, to have immunity here on the soils of America. All right. And I already met a few of them. They're getting jobs, everything, man. It's crazy, man. So, so now they have this situation here in Jacksonville where I'm stationed at. Spiritually, you have, now they have them pushing migrant children all over the city of Jacksonville and different possibly families as well. They said 7,000 people. Now, if it's 7,000 children, that makes me think about, Pizzagate, maybe. You just never know, man. It show you, if it's not that, it show you how they was moving. It show you how they was moving in secrecy. They say they flying them around throughout the night, moving them in the dark of night. That's what they keep saying, in the dark of night. They're showing you how they move, man. The Lord is exposing their hand. How they can filter children all around the city and nobody do nothing about it. Nobody know about it. I'm just saying, man, that's what comes to my mind. Because I thought it was just 7,000s and thousands of people, but it was like most of them is children as well. They saying they helping them out. Nah, man, since when have you known this system to help children in that manner, man? The foster system is all mangled apart. The judicial system. Then you got all hell breaking loose, so you're going to have a bunch of mixed up people. That's why this is the melting pot. All right? The great whore that sitteth upon many waters, many people. So let's get some scriptures with that in mind. All right? Because this is all according to prophecy and the mixed multitude. All right, here we go. It says, Habakkuk 2:5, yea, also because he transgressive by wine, see, through their philosophies, through their iniquity and their business, All right. They transgresseth by wine. He is a proud man. See, they're proud to their riches and wealth. You know, they think the Most High is not looking, and nobody gonna do nothing about it. So they're proud. See, that's Esau, the proud man, spoken of in Obadiah. Neither keepeth at home. See that? They all over the world, seeking whom they may devour, setting up military bases in everybody's countries. All right, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, man, and is as death. You know, and cannot be satisfied. See, they're still not satisfied. They got all these people here, and through their agenda, they're not satisfied. And they want what? They want a civil war. They want chaos, or to have chaos, have chaos. And that's what these elites are pushing. It ain't all about Biden. Biden pushing that Build Back Better mantra, but that really is a New World Order mantra. All right. It says, cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. All right. So they're still heaping more people into them. 7,000 children a night or so, or whatever. And people showing up here in Jacksonville when there's barely any jobs that I've seen out here. And there's so many homeless already. They even got Tent City now out here in Jacksonville. You know what I'm saying? And I spoke to one migrant said they were taking to Philly. That's where I'm from. And I was like, yo, did you like it? And she was like, nah, I didn't like it. So I'm like, damn, see that? They putting them in shitholes, man. All right. This is Job 30:1. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision. And it's Esau, man. All right. And they have Jacob in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained, and younger just means lower, even though Jacob was born second after Esau. All right. So that word there is Tazayar. All right, Tazayar. It means little, few. All right, young, ignoble, right? Little, insignificant. And that's Esau, man, in number. This is Obadiah 1:1. The vision of Obadiah, thus saith Yahweh, power concerning Edom. See, these damn Edomites that's pushing this agenda. We have heard a rumor from Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised, man. See that? Insignificant. And they're the small nation. All right. Israel is a huge nation, as the sand of the sea. This is Isaiah 3:12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and Esau that damn child like mine, they like a damn child. You know, in a bad way. You know, the devil's child, what you would call the son of perdition. All right, Chucky. It says, it says what? Children are their oppressors. So talking about Esau, man. All right, and women ruled over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, man. And the main culprit that rocks out with Esau is the so-called black woman, or the Israelite women that are wicked, right? The wicked ones. All right, and they get exalted to go against the men and tear apart the families, so that they can be handed over to the government. All right. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy paths. All right. So Job 30:1. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. So you couldn't even trust them with your dogs, man. You see what they got, animal, what they call that shit, bestiality. You know, and that's against the laws, man, and it's wicked. It's abomination. But on top of that, they have what? These Edomites, you couldn't even trust them around your dogs, but better yet, your children. That's what the Lord telling you there. You know, handing them over to the system, man. Yeah, whereunto might the strength of their hands profit me. All right, so let me get to the point. All right. It says, verse 8, they were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were viler than the earth. So you're going to hand your children over to people that are viler than the earth. The Creator knows them, man. He's telling us what type of people they are. The way they're thinking, you know, and what they got planned, what they about to do. This is Deuteronomy 28:64. And Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth, even unto the other. So the Lord scattered Israel as the sand of the sea around the four corners of the earth. A huge nation, right? And there thou shalt serve other gods. So 2/3 of our people are serving other gods. Even those Haitians over there with their voodoo and their Catholicism and their Christianity and shit. Same thing here in America and down in South America with their Santeria and Catholicism. Same thing, all that paganism. All right, worshiping the dead, and all that madness. And witchcraft and gangbanging and shit, which is tied into witchcraft. All right. So it says, and that's a condition our people are in. It says, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. And among these nations, thou shalt find no ease. See, our people are not finding any rest. Even if they come over here to America, they're still not going to find any ease, man, any rest. They're going to want to get out of here because they see the mindset they're in. They hauled ass out of the country to get out of that earthquake in that situation over there. So it's going to be worse over here, and they're going to be in that same mindset. All right, moving in haste, panicking. But, you know, everybody might have to, the Lord tell us that, man. This is 2 Ezra 16 and 40. Oh, my people, who's he talking to there? Really to his elect of Israel. Hear my word, make you ready to the battle. All right, through how? Through his word. In those days and in those evils, right, man, in these evils, man, that's what's happening. Be even as pilgrims upon the earth, man. And that's twofold, meaning pull away from these fleshly lusts and sin and idolatry, but also be as pilgrims, man, knowing that this is not our rest. Let me get that. All right, this is Micah 2:10. It says what? Wow. It says 10. It says, arise ye and depart. But you got people coming to this place. All right. Arise ye and depart. It's talking about spiritually, depart. For this is not your rest. So they coming over here to find rest, and they ain't gonna find it. Neither so they soul have rest in this place. They ain't gonna find it here, man. This ain't the golden city. Even when it was the golden city, it was for Esau. All right, that was a shining, shining age, their kingdom. They trying to get that back. They trying to get the groove back. They can't. They trying to get that new world order going. Now it says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you with the sword of destruction, man. So they bringing up their children over here to a place where it's going to do nothing but pollute them even more and ultimately destroy them with the sword of destruction if they're not of the elect. All right? So they're handing their children over to the monster, man. And they may never see them again. Even if they do, it's going to be different. They got this whole system they setting up. These mandates. And you know Biden, man. Y'all know how he get down. They know why they call him Creepy Joe. Everybody know. You gotta watch him if you're at the barbecue. You watch him, keep him away from the children. He one of them. All right, let's get back to the focus. It says, and among these, Deuteronomy 28 and 65, and among these nations, thou shalt find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. But Yahweh shall give thee there a trembling heart, and failing of eyes, and sorrow of mind. So that's all they coming over here to get. Is more sorrow of mind when they get let down by the system. And it says what? and thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shalt have none assurance of thy life, man. All right, so there's no assurance in this place, man, of thy life. Only thing the Lord made us assured of is what? The kingdom, the hopeful elect. But in these days, we're not promised tomorrow. You know, we only promise the present. And the present is fading away. So someday the present will be the kingdom. So that's the only thing he's really, assuring us of, the kingdom. Everything else is vanity. So now it says, and thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, man. And you see all the people traveling through them rivers, and they come up to the shores of America, and they trust in Biden, following him instead of the spirit of the Lord for, whatever situation they're in, trusting in Biden. And we're still under the curses, man. They got to go to Esau for the one of all things. But now the Lord is making a separation, man. Here you go. All right, this is Deuteronomy 28 and 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which Yahweh shall send against thee. So the Lord sent Esau against Jacob, man, for our sins. It says, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee, man. And that's even until now, that yoke of iron has switched to a system of racism, not just a physical yoke anymore. It's a physical chain they're trying to put. Thus you have the birth certificate, the Social Security numbers, this economic system that they set up with paper dollars and to create sweat equity slaves and to keep Jacob in slavery through their spiritual attacks on our people too as well, to keep our people under sin and confusion and derision. All right, so it was a curse on our people, and we had to go to this system and to Esau for one of all things. Why? Because the world's been given into the hand of Esau. They had the grocery stores, they got everything. None of this stuff is named after us. Walmart. You might have a little small businesses here and there, but the Lord said this about them. It says, Haggai 1 and 6, ye have sown much and bring in little. All right. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. See that? And that's how Esau used that trick against them. They give them that food, they give them that fake education, right? They give them that religion, that false doctrine, that untempered mortar. And then what? They bait them with that food, man. They say, ye eat and ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put into a bag with holes. So people have businesses, but they all got to pay a mortgage. And next thing you know, the economy's falling. And next thing you know, Esau pulling some lockdowns, and they lose their business, they lose their employees. They always they call it beating down on the little man. All right, because the Lord said in these times he's slowly removing them curses from off the elect. All right, and one of those curses is this, especially when all hell break loose. We're going to trust in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai to feed us and take care of us. Speaking of, here come Esau. You know how they do. Always in the fucking way. Always walk around yelling and shit. Isaiah 10 and 20. All right. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel, it's only a remnant that the Lord is dealing with, and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob, escaped out of what? The trap, and out of sin, and out of the snare of the fowler of Esau, their new world order. Shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. All right, and that's just it, man. So we're gonna stay and trust in the Lord. All right, let me get this. All right, this is Isaiah 31 and 1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, man. See, they coming down to this place, Egypt. America is spiritually known as Egypt for its riches and resources and idolatry. All right, and their paganism, it goes all the way back to the Egypt as well, and Assyria. All right. And their science. It says what? Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek Yahweh. All right, but the elect are seeking Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. And you have Haitians in the truth, which are Levites. You know, you have Colombians that are in the truth, which are Asherites, and Puerto Ricans, you know, Ephraimites, and so on and so on. So they have no excuse, man. This word is out there all over the world, all over the internet. And the Lord giving them another chance. You got the brothers teaching on the streets, teaching all over the internet, you know. This is Jeremiah 7:25. Since the day that our fathers came forth out of the land of Egypt, right, the original land, the first Egypt, but the Lord said He's gonna deliver us out of the second Egypt, all right. Since the time we came out of Egypt with Moses and Aaron, all right. Unto this day, I even sent unto you all my servants, the prophets, daily rising up early and sending them. All right. Yet they hearken not unto me, nor incline their ear, but harden their neck. They did worse than their fathers. You know, and even the Lord says, 2/3 of our people, their deeds have overpassed the deeds of the wicked of Esau. So they're coming down to this place for help, trusting in a vile person, that the Lord says, upon the earth, the devil. And they going down here to Egypt, America, seeking help. And the Lord like, yo, woe unto them, man. Ain't no good gonna come out of that unless you're of the elect. Let's get to that. This is Revelation 7 and 9. It says, and after this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man could number, right? And the bulk of the deliverance going to happen right here in Babylon. All right, it's going to be all over the world, but it's going to happen mainly right here, you know. And it says this, man. That a great multitude, right? It says Habakkuk 2. It says, heapeth unto him all people. All right. And the great multitude, what's that? The 144 and the small multitude of Israel. That's also spoken of in 2nd Ezra chapter 13. It says, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and peoples and tongues. So we're going to be, our people scattered everywhere. And they all here, a lot of them going to be here in the melting pot. All right. Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon, mystery Babylon. Now it says, and stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands. All right, so it's going to be a multitude of Gentile Israelites that's going to wake up to the truth real soon, man. We in that time. All right, Romans 11:25. For I would not, brethren, that ye should be ignorant of this mystery, that ye should be wise in your own conceits, that blindness in part has happened to Israel until the fullness of the Gentiles be come in. Why? Because what? It says, so all Israel shall be saved, as it is written, there shall come out of Zion the deliverer, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob. All right, and he's going to start with what? This is Zechariah 13:8. And it shall come to pass in the land, and that in all the land, saith Yahweh, talking about Babylon, all right, Babylon, USA, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. It's talking about this place specifically. All right, into the, well, in general, of Israel. But now it says what? Especially here in America. 2 parts are going to perish here. All right, they said 2 parts. Yep, 2 parts would be 2/3. Therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. That's the elect. All right, and I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined through the furnace of adversity. Right, and will try them as gold is tried, and they shall call on my name, and I will hear them. Right, because the rest of the people, they're gonna trust in this system, this crooked system that's purposely made to twist them, making them the serpent. All right, in their image. They shall call on my name. We're gonna call on Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, and the Lord said He's gonna hear us, man. And I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh is my power. Whoo! And He's gonna say, yeah, they're gonna my elect. And He's gonna give His angels charge over His elect, man. And that's what we're looking for help. That's what we look for our deliverance. All right. All these prophecies are happening, so America, the picture will be painted that the Lord is finishing, and putting His finishing touches on it, creating America to be the whore of Babylon of the scriptures, man. Revelation that's set up to be destroyed. All right, that ought to be destroyed. All right. Psalms 137:7. Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom, man. So they coming at our children. We praying for the Lord to remember them, and the Lord gonna remember them. He hear our cries. The cries of of the elect have entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. And He said, "It is my people." But now He says, "What? He going to remember Edom and the judgment that He has for them in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation of thereof." And they raise it means to destroy or bring to the ground. And they still in that spirit. They want to see us destroyed. Ever since 586 AD, BC, 70 AD. They've been putting hell on our nation, man. It says, "O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed." This is this place. "O daughter of Babylon." And the Babylonians spiritually would be Esau today. "Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast rewarded us," man. Look what they did to our children, man. Robbing, stealing, and killing, and setting up abortion clinics, and Planned Parenthood with Bill Yates. In the Easergate, that situation they had with the P on it, right? Dealing with Creepy Joe. There's a lot going on, man, in this place. Child trafficking and shit. Child pornography. Pedophilia. Giving rights to pedophiles real soon. All right? So as an organization, exploiting the children on TV. All over the TV, man. Sexualizing the children, demonizing the children, causing them to do idol worship with their holidays. Remember, so we asking the Lord to remember them, right? And look what they did to us. So look what they did in slavery, cutting the children, the mother's stomach open, the Gadites, so the baby would hang out by the umbilical cord and then stomping the head so they wouldn't waste bullets, feeding it gator bait. You think they ain't doing that right now? These elites, man, trafficking these children. It says, happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. All right? So they can do what they're going to do, man, to our people. They still our people, man. Even though they're in a 2/3 state of mind, they're still our people. You know, right now they're not spiritually, but you know what I mean. And Esau is still coming at our nation. All right. It says, Revelation 18:4, I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. All right? So we're actually going to hear that voice. But the Lord is saying spiritually, come out of her, that ye be not partakers of her plagues. And Revelation 11 said we're going to hear a voice say, come up hither into the chariots. But right now it's saying what? Come out of her, my people, spiritually, man. You know, get your mind out of this place. But you got people running into this place. That ye be not partakers of her sins, all right? And that ye receive not of her plagues, man. The destruction that's coming here. For her sins have reached unto heaven. See, the Lord remembered. Remembering Edom. And Yahweh hath remembered her iniquities. I ain't know it was going to be there. But the Lord hath remembered their iniquities. He hath remembered the children of iniquity, the mystery of iniquity, Esau, Edom. All right? It says, for her sins have reached unto heaven, man, this place, this wicked, abominable place. And Yahweh hath remembered her iniquities. He hath remembered Babylon and remembering Edom. The Lord is hearing our cries. You know, in the Passover and the Day of Atonement, we praying for the Lord to remember Edom and curse and judge Edom. Remember, reward her, even as she have rewarded you, double unto her, double according to her works. In the cup which she have filled to her double. And that represents what? Her iniquity and the wickedness that she has done, this place has done. So that's why the Lord going to what? He's going to hear the cries and the prayers of the elect. And he's going to destroy this place, man. All right. Then we'll get to the point. How much she have glorified herself. See that? That's heaping unto them all people glorifying themselves. You know? So how much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously. It says, so reward, so much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart. All right. It says, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, you know, trying to heap unto herself all people, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. So they think they're going to continue, that their houses shall continue forever. And, you know, they think they're going to get their new world order. It says, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine. And it's coming quick too. Death, mourning, and famine. And famine. All right. And she shall be utterly burned with fire. That's the ultimate judgment on this place. It's going to be burned with fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh who judgeth her, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication through their business, right, and live deliciously with her, shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Now here go the point. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth her merchandise anymore. They're not able to, because it's going to be destroyed. All right, so there you go. It says what? the merchandise of gold and of silver and precious stones and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and of thine wood and of all manner of vessels of ivory and all manner of vessels of most precious wood and brass and iron and marble and cinnamons and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men. See that? They're going to have slaves. They got slaves, man. That's what they want, more slaves. All right? Heaping unto themselves more people, especially since the time of slavery. But even now, they're trying to start this new form of slavery, where it's just a rich class and then a poor class. And in the poor class, they can have as many as they want, because everybody will have nothing, as they say, and be happy. So the more the merrier, right? And, the more for the slaughter. But this is a place that has the souls of men and slaves, man. And the fruits that thy soul lusteth after are departed from thee. See, they're going to lose all of it. So even the mixed multitude and the elect, we're going to be taken with Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Hopefully I'm in that number as well. And all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. All right, so yeah, man, they trafficking children in the dark of night. 7,000 already arrived here. They said it's children, and I knew somebody that had a big delivery order the other day, and it was at like a children's hospital. It was like a huge one that they never saw before. I'm just saying, man, you never know what the hell going on. So either way, it's the setup for the destruction of this place, order out of chaos, destruction of their economy, where people are going to have less plates and less food to eat, starvation, a food crisis to where hyperinflation is getting involved now, and they're going to bring in the National Guard to control it and hand out government rations. And now they're setting it up to where politically they can have more votes. You see that? So this is a tilting of the scale right here, But yeah, I just wanted to bring that to light, man. Jacksonville, Florida, they bringing in thousands and thousands of people and children and migrants into your cities all over America. And that's just it, man, for whatever reason, I'm saying shalom. But it's all according to prophecy.